A skiff, once you get... Have you made all the... Remember what the nitpicker said? It's a small...
What? Fine.
Sad FM is a radio station
I just wanna... I'm just done at this point. I think if... Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. I kind of want to see if I could save everyone. I want to see if there's a save. There must be a save I have before seeing Ruby. And I never found my gun. I kind of want to find my gun. I think I'll probably load up the game after this and try to find my gun before the tribunal. Am I there yet? That was fucking intense though. I'm not gonna lie, it was really sad that a lot of fucking people died. But that was fucking intense. And yeah, I had to cut like and reload a couple of times because I bugged the cutscene, it looks like. Because I think the tribunal is supposed to like occur when I first walk out. But yeah, it was 28%. Fuck.
The boat comes to in the silence.
Let's go.
The dry grass crack. The flock of quail departs. On the islet, like a silent the far away, a low air flows.
Yes? It is. Is that why we are...
The lieutenant nods. Call the Mama Dakwa. We are way out now. No, it's just...
Yes?
ICN
Insulindian citizens mean...
sounds an awful...
It does. The RCM made... It's impossible to say.
Nice, but it's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on...
That's just a coincidence of it. No.
With its horns in the sky.
No, that...
A DeLorean era symbol.
After one of these barrels...
books and magazines. Most are popular depictions of among.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Not that you can tell. Maybe it's the print. There's a greasy old.
Someone has been squatting here.
You force the rest of the.
You know, officer, you can rest here if... Yes, anytime.
You don't have to be. The lieutenant.
It's cold now. Downstairs, somewhere? Liquid carbon. The kind that's...
If anyone's the hollow ring.
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. Someone with...
The wind outside. You see a small...
Maybe this is one of the doors.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother.
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan. Another part of the island, probably.
So down this way? Huh. There's so many people that are dead.
The chain trails off into the...
Ah, yes. For bringing munitions
as a defensive measure.
from enemies.
Why are we still on this case? There's like 1 billion people that are dead. How do I get down there?
The skiff is swaying on the way.
Oh, there is a way to get back up there. I think. can't... Hold on. How? Huh. Alright, I'm tired. I'm really fucking tired.
This old cylindrical generator, a hollow ring, the canister is
Downstairs, somewhere?
How? Oh, this way, because I'm a dumbass. I'm dumb. I'm very dumb.
green paint flicks off the keys.
The console of an... Possibly.
This device was used to control the
We need to restore... We should look around outside.
boat engine.
But officer, then we would have to swim back to the main...
The console stands by. Nothing happened. The dial.
Insular.
A strange feeling. Perhaps this smelling of baby. Yes, cold and still. Oh fuck, no. In the still mirror of islets and posts.
Alright, I'm gonna take off. Okay. I have eaten. I'm calm. My game is no longer bugged. I think I'm near the end of it. From what I've heard. I just want to look. My dude has had a shit day. Find fuel for the generator, open the blast doors. Your damaged psyche has earned rest. No matter what dreams may bring. I will rest whenever. Do duds. Got a couple new points. I'm gonna save those. Alright, can't get up there. Where was I going? Okay, so we need fuel. Where can I find some fuel? Outside, maybe? Oh. Alright, so we need some fuel. Oh, what check was this?
Soft covers. Serialized.
Conceptualization. Okay, let me see. I have a point right now. And I can put some... I got some conceptualization clothing. Everything is shit.
Soft covers, serialized, still nothing. Just books.
I'll take a nap when I'm dead. Alright. Fuel. Where do I get fuel? Can't get over there. That goes nowhere. We've been there. Was there fuel in the, Oh. In here? Not enough fuel, you have to look elsewhere. F. Okay, we can't get fuel from the boat. That's for certain. I didn't see any fuel down here. Okay. Never found my gun. Which I'm sad about. Is there a way up there? I must be missing something. Alright. Those stairs don't go anywhere. Someone's here. Hatch is broken. Do I have a tool that can help me? No. No, of course not. I have a crowbar. Wait. Did I go up? I didn't go up. Fuel.
There's a rain-soaked
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
a single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burn, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
That embrasure, what can you see through it?
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window, quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop, the upstairs window of Clausia's room, in the snow, reflecting light.
Motherfucker.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
More than that.
Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside the room.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against a cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
Kim, I could make the shot.
Good. I think we have it, detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
Better late than never.
Nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
7 people are dead.
Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them dry.
The lieutenant pauses. Regret comes over him.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it.
Can the shooter still be here?
Where?
This island.
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
We should move now.
So somebody's here. Fucker! I'm mad. I'm mad. Who the fuck? We will save that.
This old cylinder. The lieutenant, there's a red starter switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
7 people are dead!
A dim golden glow.
It's on. Turn emergency open.
Automatic boot. The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
I never found my gun.
After you.
I felt somebody watching me.
So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here. Don't worry. I have a gun. I don't know. Extra good that I do.
I'm very happy that you have a gun, Kim. I'm very happy that you have a gun. Saved my life, man. Alright. I have a crowbar! What's this? Okay. Wait. Flowers? Maybells? Sir? Sir?
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours.
Who are you?
Unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
You retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator.
I should have burned that console down.
How did you know it was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It's not rock and roll. You didn't say that, kid.
I did.
We have entered a world where he said you shouldn't. It is the only world.
It was not rock and roll. It was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that Belle McGrave?
It's a Triangong 446.
Southeast Samarin made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samurai rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
Signal?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
Sir, I need you to put down the gun so we can talk further. We're with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Okay, but... Keep?
The lieutenant aims his pistol square at the man's forehead.
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand, he stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
The present.
The present to be afraid and cold.
Those words, the future teaches you.
Real music. Real brilliant cult. That's La Revacholière, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
You need to address that remark.
Oh, Mr. Tripp, I'm a half-dead police officer who's just trying to do his job.
The job of a shitlicker.
What is the La Revacholière?
It is the anthem of the world revolution. One of three. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favorites of history. And in Sinyao, it was... some Samaran shit, I guess.
How does it go, the song?
How did it go? Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
He waves erratically with his hand, annoyed that he can't remember. A little tremor passes through him. It was dear to him. He resents forgetting it. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in
says.
Sinyao.
No one said it has to be a Belle McGrave. We were just guessing.
From ballistics, it could easily have been a triangle, too.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanty Shanty. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does. The right type and the right calibre.
He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
How long have you been on this island?
43 years. No. I've been on other islands too. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
You've been here for 22 years. You've been hiding?
43 years and 10 months.
I don't even know what this is.
It's inhuman. It's sick. It's not how a human being should live, but I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
Couldn't give up.
He nods, but he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic in dark red government marked heavy fuel oil. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smelling of petroleum. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
Always waiting.
For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution.
I come from there. I can assure you that's not what people are planning.
I am not a fool. I know. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith.
Apathy?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took
For what?
for reaction to take hold.
What reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
It wasn't a reaction, you were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
It remains unclear what it is. He makes leaps he doesn't expect you to follow.
And this was when?
May the 13th, '08. 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic. The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
What then?
I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland. in the bunkers underground, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring. Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too. Shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality. The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know that the bourgeois are not human.
You've lost your mind.
Now is not the time, Lieutenant Yefreto.
I had to. I had to fight it. I could not stop anymore. It's not an island, Dwight. It's a defensive fortification. The congenital coalition death blow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people. Sure you are. You're... No. The black-eyed...
Shaitan Ahura, the darkened one.
How did you survive?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on there.
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
He does seem frail. Good for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns. There's nothing to look at.
He looks at you. His face.
It was hard in the Thames.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped. And they needed, and others too, at night. I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
So, have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were damaged.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Why don't you just walk?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing. The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
This is your surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
I mean, we're the RCM. We'll leave it at that.
Let's. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste d'Ancelon. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said.
The Communards signed the Revachol Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
I don't think you did. No, I am not trained in his...
He nods slowly. Then,
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using the gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
so he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you.
Did you use the gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor?
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it. You're in.
The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling rags. Did you shoot him?
Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
I've got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your musketeer pistols. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Don't change the subject.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good. This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
We've done the ballistics.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part. Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not seem to have a scope.
View is perfect. With a pair of binoculars, I could see into the room.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain. You're lost, Dwat. You're lost. Petty bourgeois law.
A drop of blood, that's right. Pile it all on him now. 3 should do it. Maybe 4.
You're lost, Dwat.
Is what you plan to say.
Officer, are we sure? We could maybe get more.
The old man, you startled him. Maybe it was a sign.
I ain't going.
Alright, I need shit for composure. Oh! Composure! Composure. Can I put more shit in my composure? God damn it! I can't! Okay, I need this to count. I need composure clothes. Do I have any other composure clothes? Nope. I look ridiculous. Alright. Just making sure I don't have any minus composure. Okay, I think we're good.
Minions of capital.
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who's spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's surprisingly okay.
Indeed. He speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated. It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. Great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief.
Dementia.
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even. Not senile, perhaps, but his seems more than that. The inner turmoil takes unexpected turns, as if forced on him in a way. In summary, you sense some underlying neurological disorder.
Mr. Dross, are you okay? How's your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
Petty.
A drop of... That's right. Pile it all on him. Wait, here it comes. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the war. Nowhere else, nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them this spring. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Classia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up. You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no modern soul.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too? The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away. Classier.
You know her, right?
With the victim.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. Don't leave any loose ends. Get him.
Everything is brands with you individualists.
Show me the souls, please, Mr. Drost.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called Sensorique, and the size is 42 to 44. These are not the unusual horizontal patterned souls you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
You've stolen shoes.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there, near the room where the victim died, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a soldier too. He was a man.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling, while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her. Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own, and so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it. You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
What did you specifically not like about what you saw?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
This man has seen past her, like you did.
How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving,
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
Where did you think she hid?
Her passport and tickets to Rivière. And from there to Cachet Brut.
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it?
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean,
Moving on, did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
The bruises?
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
It quickly comes to you.
The bruises are. You saw her through. You're the peeping Tom.
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating
Did you make that hole?
with a clip point knife.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Ever seen her through a window on the roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
So you've been through the secret place in the world like rags.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but
Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
Did you have any feelings for the woman?
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
You left the dry flowers there.
No,
Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When?
The day after I killed him.
You brought her Maybells.
Yes, I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
Consoling?
Maybe. I have these holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more. One more down.
It wasn't about him, it was about her.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she? That Clasier. I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, but she let us here first.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Been looking at anything else he didn't like?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put, put, put.
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Strip because of the racists. Everyone is a pump full of steroids and radio rev-a-shot. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III. A Sif, not since the serfs of ancient. Intense. Like the worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon. That's all the rich. We did good when we...
The disco whores are too much. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency.
Every fucking royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. I remember that one.
There doesn't seem to be a single...
Fat and plump. Like a... Not yet.
Save the treat for later.
He is a juicy bomb, better.
Momentarily, he's worried for him.
Syphilis is a disease, Philip. The bacteria.
That is...
And he still went on to... What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? I do. Art is a...
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot. That was him. It had to be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more complicated shot from here.
You shot the statue.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture. I should have spared the bullet for a deformed monster of liberal capitalism. Shameful, really.
Yes, shameful. So many others to punish over the years. Isn't that right, Detective?
The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is. Another.
Disappointment.
That deformed toad? I wouldn't that mobster first against the wall with him.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to.
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat.
Again?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomic.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them. But he's insinuating. Oh no. Dumbo. Do slap yourself in the head again. Jump.
About this deal you made with Edgar. To death, what about the other people you've...
Other people.
Like the
That's it.
I didn't fight 40 years to end.
Still dumb. Before, when you asked him about the Union.
Look who's up.
We will have plenty of time to talk.
Go ahead.
Ease off it. This
Horse. Glad. It's all gone.
All right, you're under arrest.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you?
But...
Do you understand, sir?
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it, something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings.
Am I
of
hearing a
violin.
fucking phasmid right
A very
now?
small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat. What?
What are you talking about?
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Holy shit! What the f-
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place.
What are you talking about?
Sick insect!
There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you, with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you, and your gun hand move to your holster. But you don't have a gun.
Tell me what you see, damn it.
Kim!
I can't.
I can see it.
Oh good, I'm not insane!
4 simple words. Thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
I'm gonna get killed by a phasmid!
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else, in a lower pitch. Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows, like laughter, a sort of happiness. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its
Take
white
the picture!
limbs.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword.
I got it.
We got it.
A shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion.
Harry,
Even the small black pearls of its eyes do
I-
not stray from you.
don't know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence. The invertebrate stops, raising its scythe-like arms and tilting its tiny head, formed from the fused plates around its mouth. For a second, the effigy is frozen. Then it nudges back into motion with a click.
What are you doing here?
I exist.
I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
If I tell you what will happen.
Then I will tell you what it's like for me.
For me, it's, Wunderbar. I'm ill.
What is your illness?
I'm ill in my head. I'm sad.
For me, it is not like that. I have states, not the emotions. For example, I experience excitement at unexpected sugar rewards. But that is not important. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist,
By what?
shapes of plants and animals. And
How are we
internal
talking?
sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never ache.
I'm glad to be me. I'm incredibly sensitive instrument.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you. With all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of heavens, a kaleidoscope of fire and writing glass. Eternal damnation, even when you're sleeping. And when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you.
It's very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together.
That must be incredibly hard. The Arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you.
Thank you.
And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. Bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I'm just a leaf eater.
I gotta tell her this.
In honor of your shit, Lieutenant Ifreiteur, which you kept together in the face of total unrelenting terror, day after day, second by second. Detective arriving on the scene.
What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys. No one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and officials, I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
Are you a miracle?
No. You are the miracle.
What?
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness. Oh, the pale too, King. It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. You're a violent and irrepressible miracle, the vacuum of cosmos. We suspect it will be something like the opposite.
Instead of there, you exhale.
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget?
I've already forgotten the world. I drank so much.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
Okay, good. Forget it.
No. What's going on?
I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
No, I told you it's about our fate.
I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
Okay. I am a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
Also that.
I can also detect pheromones. The ones on you tell me that you will not eat me, and that I will benefit from your closeness. In short, I love you.
Is this a dream?
No, you are awake. I am real. Light is full. Not even the birds know that. Not even the wolf. I think we should eat it. No, there is one more.
You're very kind.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman. Turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For all mankind.
I will try.
She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
The insect stops its stridulate. Suddenly, there is silence. The invertebrate comes as you're turning away. The phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Kim? Kim?
And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror, like and something under it.
It's gone.
Do not lose that photo. Do not lose that photo.
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look. Apparently, yes. Like a water strider.
What now?
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good.
What is it? What do you want?
Something is very wrong.
Mr. Dras?
The man does not respond with fear and longing. The plastic cape feels
He's going into some kind of
the trembling map.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here. Old age and shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
There's much more. Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
Before, when I evaluated his state, he seemed strangely
He
animated.
was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse.
This animation is induced by something in the phasmid.
It does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall.
He couldn't see it.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dras,
No response.
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this place, and the insect maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo. We should think about getting back to the mainland.
I gotta tell Lena! Shit! Oh wait, I wanna see if I could do one more conceptualization.
Soft covers, serialized. Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory. That is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Elysium. It's not exactly like reading.
Elysium. Looks like our
As usual, he does not.
I never found my gun. I think my boss is gonna be very crossed at me.
The skiff is swaying.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet.
Thank fucking God.
But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. Two men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Brought your boat back. Hello?
Look what the tide brought him. Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling.
Oh, you're the
Elysium.
man with the
But where-
sunglasses.
That's right. And you're bleeding.
Nobody else seemed bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it. Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
We have.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you after pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
No, Kim, you've got to have my back. Thank you.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets. Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
So, turns out you're a consultant.
Yes, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I never said I wasn't Trent Heilerstein.
What's up with the kid?
Mikhail? Mikhail is my son.
And you were spying on me.
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
Him being there with his son, it was not a coincidence. It's difficult to see, but he was worried about you. And also interested in the Feld
Okay,
building.
special consultant, I get it.
Again, I was asked to share my take on some of the more fringe academic theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. For example, partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
So, how did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
Oh, all that stuff with Sylvie, and he betrays me. Got it, Garrett told you.
And people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk.
You mentioned the special task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Yeah, who else is in it?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Heidelstein, and Guillaume Baby.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Who's Guillaume?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay. It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't...
Where were you guys during the tribunal?
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
So wait, you left me to face a squad of train killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
I said that I don't like me anymore.
Yes. You're sorry. You're the sorriest cop who ever lived. Nothing has changed, Harry. I've heard this repentance shit a million times over.
Well, none of this is ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, e-solar, pal, and so on.
Thank you, brain.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
I mean, I drank. Well, it might have something to do with the anomaly in the church. 2 million hole in the world.
Corresponding to the 20-centimeter hole in your brain. Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself neatly.
Precisely, Satellite Officer Vic Mayer. It's Martinez.
Take this seriously. I suspect there's something wrong with Martinez.
This sounds odd, but I was there. The church on the coast was shaking from an audiospatial anomaly. It may have been anthroponetic or perhaps related to radio waves. Either way, it was real. I've even put it in my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with him drinking himself to the point of brain damage.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think Isolari anthroponetics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven. However, what has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Commodore Red. Honestly, I think he's just lying to us.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful. The two cases in your ledger. The unsolvable case and the Next World mural. Those were recent. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
I mean, line detective's good for now.
For now, I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
What now?
Now, nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
I drove into the ocean when I was drunk.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
Right here?
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic.
Oops. I am not good at this.
You juggle the badge. Ouch!
He
Ow.
found it. He found it, Jean.
And your gun?
As if having your bad gun. Yeah, you don't have that. Maybe you can philosophize your way out of it.
Wait. Tracking it. I'm on it.
But you haven't. Because you're drunk. You lost your gun, and you're drunk. You're a drunk, gunless bum. I can smell it.
I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
Well,
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
yeah. It's been a week. Sorry, I smell bad.
A bit of a week? You're drunk, and you let a suspect escape, a certain Clasier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the reports, Harry. Lieutenant Kitsohagis. We know.
Well, I mean, she gave us a Ryo crew that led to the island.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something. Or the fact that you very likely sold your gun for booze. That's peanuts. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 8 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
I solved the case too!
Detective, it's better if I do that.
Okay.
It's so much better if he does.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize, profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist, a man of the center, not prone to political outbursts, which is commendable, but also at odds with his behavior.
Thanks, Kim.
Other still, he is also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know. But he is vocal about both of them.
Thanks, Kim.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven.
Oh, thanks, Kim.
Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Vicmar, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Can we be partners?
Okay, he did something.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid, and you hear gasps.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
See, as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective.
Fucking hell. Is this somehow connected to the case?
Detective?
I believe the pheromone emits some kind of responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. It's...
Boom
I don't even
shakalaka!
have words for it.
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
The killer had a strong motive on him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym. The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70s.
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr.
Two!
Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
I'm not still completely satisfied, but could have been a little neater.
Get over yourself. You're not a perfectionist. You're a cop and you did a good job. With a lot of help from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. And none of this can hide the smell of booze on the wind.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something. It will pass. In time.
Also, the previous head of the Union was assassinated by our killer!
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open, in Martinez, where Everard and
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything Union related, for political neutrality.
Phasmid was female.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Yeah, I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
It told me.
Interesting. Then it is especially vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the entire species. We're probably talking conservation efforts here.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Don't lose that photo!
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
I might have started a nightclub?
what was that? It
Uh.
sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yeah, and I discovered a 2-meter hole in the world.
Get a grip. No one cares about your anthroponetic adventures right now.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject now.
I found a missing person.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How did you know I found him?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad.
Who's Kuno?
You don't want to know.
He's a kid!
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I'm in. At this point, anything is but the drink.
And I looked into the Mystery of the Doom commercial area.
I don't know what a Doom commercial area is. Why?
There was a fridge we needed and a possible witness. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
So, you want to take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude,
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now, Now you will finally get to know who you are.
So, I have a few questions about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
Before?
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
That explains a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of sportswear I've amassed!
The fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is, and how you're able to perform a 360-degree spin kick.
Damn, bro!
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy. God, even this javelin-throwing freak here.
Oh god, contact Mike.
Of course. Contact Mike.
he's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
Contact Mike is the rehearsal.
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
When was I a gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s? You've really let yourself go since then.
I was a gym teacher at Coron?
Yes, you taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboard. Coudon is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
The smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
Why did I join the RCM?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Alright, why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Some chick who?
Dora something. Dora England. Yeah, you mentioned her name.
Not Dora Dubois.
So we weren't even married.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago? She was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Alright, 6 years?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora England really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
No, I mean, what did she do?
She was incredibly fuckable. A beautiful bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin. Pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture. But it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is about to go down.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to them.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Alright, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No,
The suspect seemed to think...
you're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal. I told you it's not that bad.
What kind of station is Precinct 41?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Torsen McLean?
Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic, though. Torsen and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it?
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
And Sea Wing is.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
And Price is.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets.
Did we recently shoot up a church?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and your clearance will not go up. What?
Okay. It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there. Hard. Every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershore. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
I need to tell Lena about the plasmid.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock. Remember?
Cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about the phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Fine. If we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Lieutenant, what are you gonna do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I mean, come work with me.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in. Am crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
He's really considering it.
Dude, we could be partners! No offense, shit saying. I'm ready!
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the RCM. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
And I am bleeding! All over the street. Damn. Now I'm like wondering if like man, that was good. I'm glad I didn't drink. That was actually really good. I had a lot of fun. There was like times where I was really fucking frustrated, but that was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it when I felt like there were parts where it was kind of slow and I was just getting frustrated because of my own stupidity. But damn. I would have loved to see like other things. I might just look them up online, but this was a really good fucking game. I enjoyed it. I can see where it could get really like bad if you like just go hardcore drugs and drinking all the time. But I just have a feeling like maybe Kim wouldn't be with me at this point if I went down that path. But like, damn. I'm a good cop, even with most of my memory gone. Wow, that was awesome. Alright, so that was cool. I'm wondering if I could have, like, minimalized casualties, like, you know, only have, like, no people die. I wonder if I could have found my gun. It sounded like Everett knew exactly where my gun was. So they kept on feeding me that. I wonder what would have happened if I arrested Ruby. Well, I don't think I could have arrested Ruby because she kept on trying to kill herself. Ruby and Disco Lady. It was fun. It was a fun ride, and like I don't think I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna try to knock some other games off my Steam list, but I can see why people like this game so much, and I can see why people like rave about this game, because that was hella fun. I wonder what would have happened if I gave into like my to sleep with a guy. Man, no wonder you didn't know about homosexuality, Harry. You were a gym teacher. What is that? And I discovered a plasmid. I'm trying to see if I recognize anybody in the whatchamacallit, the voice acting, but I don't really recognize anybody. I only know like a couple big names, so. Okay. No, that was a lot of fun, and yeah, just seeing if there's anything. Can I would love it if there was like some end scene or something. No, Kim, I would have been really sad if Kim, I have a feeling Kim could have died in that tribunal. I'm really happy he didn't. Like, Kim for me is ride or die. And I think he is honestly my favorite character in this game. I think I would be Kim if I was in, like, if I was a character in this game, I think I would be Kim. I'd be like, "Ugh, why am I with this person?" But apparently I'm the detective god. That was cool. Yeah, I don't really have any bad things about this. About anything about this. It was a lot of fun, and it's really unfortunate though. So when I started playing, there had been a article I had read that the person who created this world, who gave like the rights to use it to make this game, is now suing the developer. So that is very unfortunate, and I hope like everything turns out to be okay because I would love to play another game like this. Even in this setting, like just another location would be great. All right, that's it. Well, good game, and I'll probably just watch other people play it for the other branches. All right, have an awesome day, guys.